Well, the reason why she's able to get the double-double, it's not because she's the biggest person in the Big South or the strongest person in the Big South. She has the biggest motor. And one of those reasons is because she is always going after the ball. She hunts for it. Loose ball actions, rebounding, whatever it is, she wants it more. And that's why she shows why she's a different player every single time she steps out on the floor, whoever she's competing against.
It really is.
But I told somebody, Coach, about your squad and he said, it seems like they got a bunch of dogs. I said, I don't like to say dogs. I like to say wolves.
Absolutely. Jalen Rucker, he is a gifted open floor player that can get out and go knock down the open three, but also very good at creating and manipulating ball screens for mid-range shots, threes, and assists.
Well, a lot of that is because they have done a really good job of getting straight line drives into the paint. Definitely. Upstate is one of the toughest teams in the Big South, led by their coach of the year, Becky Burke, who did a great job at recruiting this super senior freshman, Rachel Rose, who is also the Big South freshman of the year.
Type of players to recruit. You got to be able to shoot the ball at a high clip. You got to be in shape, be able to run the floor, and then just be opportunistic on the break. And so I think it's going to be good for High Point no matter what, just based on their system of play.
Well, first off, you got to breathe. You got to settle down, because right now you're seeing Hampton play with that first half jitter. And so they're going to have to find a way to get back to what they do best by taking those baby steps. And it starts with defensive stops. When you have grudge match games with teams that are defensively minded like these two, it's going to come down to the little things. Who's available in the gaps? Who's closing out with their hands up? Who is making sure that they win the loose ball battles and the rebounding battles, allowing you to one possession but trying to fight for multiple possessions on the other end of the floor? And that's what it's going to come down to between these two teams.
Well, you have to move the ball fast to spread that pack line out so that you can get straight line drives. Guys like Devin Carter are the guys that can create those straight line drives, even when it's not as spread out. But you want to be able to show that your ability to get them spread, move the ball, get a straight line drive or a paint touch or post entry, so that you can either work inside out or work from the drive and pitch.
They're one of the oldest teams in the nation, and it's showing right now. They have played together, they're playing connected, and they want to go out with a bang, especially on their last year. And so you can definitely see the resiliency, the urgency that they're playing with, understanding that anytime, any moment, your season could be over. That was a big win for Kentucky, and South Carolina has dominated the SEC all season. I got the opportunity to call a few of their games, and you can definitely understand why, with the amount of firepower and size and speed and IQ that they have on that personnel. Well, A&T has to continue to play the game their way. Now, they played well in that half, but UNC Asheville played stellar. And so one of the things that they're going to have to make sure they do is they're going to have to rotate on the defensive end in transition. Right now, UNC Asheville is taking full advantage of getting out in the open floor and running, and that's from their defensive stops and turnovers that they're creating.
Well, when you got a kid like DJ Burns, it's hard to miss a step. I mean, this guy is a dominant factor in the paint area. And the thing is, and we just talked about how fun it is with Coach Banbury, the way they play with Winthrop. They still do that, but it's a little bit more traditional where they play inside out. That's Shaq down there for the Big South. And he is out there just imposing his will every single time he gets in the post, demanding double teams. And what that does is that frees everything out there for the perimeter where, his teammates can get involved as well.